Hey everyone, this is Mike here from GameGravy Rewind, and it's a podcast. And this is an episode 75.
This is a big one. I'm very, very excited to be here. I'm Eddie, by the way. I'm still here.
No, he's Rick.
Shut up, Morty. It sounded terrible.
So yeah, episode 75, and what are we going to talk about this week? I think people had fun with last week, but if you didn't like Destiny, it was just maybe entertaining, perhaps maybe not. But this week it's about new stuff in the futures, and it's the Project Scorpio. It's all the rage. It's all the rage of talking tos and abouts. And, we got some comparable specs from, Xbox One, Xbox One S, PlayStation Pro. We're going to kind of talk about what the specs are, what the hype is, how we feel. Maybe answer some questions from people.
This is the Beefcake 5000 of consoles.
Yeah, some people have asked us some questions on Twitter. We might answer those as well. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see where it takes us.
So, okay. First question, though, that people are saying are, what are the specs? Because they're all over the place, right?
Yeah, it's like I don't...
Let's talk about what we do know, right?
Yeah, okay.
So, we do know the CPU is 2.3 gigahertz. It's an 8-core AMD custom Scorpio engine CPU, right?
Sure. It's a little bit... it clocks a little bit higher than the Pro.
Yes. Well, let's just go down the list of what the actual specs are, and then we'll start talking comparison.
Okay.
How about that? So, next on the list, GPU, right? Graphics Processor Unit, for those unnerdy people.
Like, if they found this podcast, they know.
I'm just saying. It's
you sack of crap.
Right? Don't make fun of me. It's integrated AMD graphics with 6 teraflops of performance.
Savage.
That's a lot of flops.
It's all the flops.
It's got, like people are like, hey, let's give it some RAM. How about let's give it 12 gig GDDR5 RAM? Not 8, not 6. Let's do 12.
Well, even 8 in a console of DDR5 is unnecessary, but they were like, they saw there was 8 in the Pro, they're like, let's go 12.
Right? I'm glad. That's cool, right? But we'll see how it actually impacts things, right? So storage, 1 terabyte, sorry, 1 gig, yeah.
I'm less concerned with that.
Yeah, it's fine. If it has external storage, that's great, because if it's going to be playing 4K content, you're going to need storage.
The thing's
space.
Essentially a PC.
Yes.
I mean,
well,
it's essentially a high-end PC. It will have why would this be the first Xbox in this generation to not have
for funsies? I don't know. Dimensions. We don't know the dimensions yet.
It's going to be big.
The weight. We don't know that either.
It's going to be real big.
Real heavy, dude. Like Back to the Future heavy.
Like, don't throw it at a car.
Yeah. We don't even know what color it is.
More than likely black.
That's racist.
Or white. How would that be racist?
No, all systems are black or white because they don't have, like, what about, it's Microsoft. They can't do, like, a Pikachu system. So
my OG Xbox is see-through green.
Right.
The Halo one.
Who knows what type of games are going to be coming out. They could have an awesome, they did the Star Wars one for Xbox 360. Remember that? That was dope. The R2-D2 console.
Oh, yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah.
If they could do something fun like that, that would be awesome, right?
Yeah.
The optical drive is definitely going to be a 4K HDR Blu-ray drive. That's 100% solid fact.
Awesome.
Which is obviously, I think, needed. We have no idea what the networking specs are going to be. People are saying it's TBD on internet subscription, but let's face it, you're going to need Xbox Live.
Yeah, so it's still going to function across.
Let's not kid ourselves and say, "Oh, to be determined." It's not. You're not going to have to pay for it.
They already have an infrastructure in place. It's going to
happen.
Yeah, it'll be fine. They're not going to introduce something new that you got to pay extra for.
Yeah, we are unsure of how many ports there are. We don't know the numbers of ports.
Well, then I'm out. I'm not buying it.
Right? I need to have all the holes for my Xbox. The coax. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, need to plug into
the
everything.
plug. That red cable. What is that? The audio cable? The optical cable? The surround sound cable? I need all of that.
You want all that?
I want all of that. That's the thing. My Xbox One S is hooked up to my surround sound. My PlayStation 4 does not. I don't know why.
Well, because what do you call it? You got a 4K player.
Yeah, I only.
That's why you would make that.
You just answered my question. Ta-da! All right. So
show him what he's won. A guest spot on the GameGravy podcast. Shit.
So the 4K support question, you answered. Yeah, it has 4K support.
Wee.
Yeah, and it does have HDR support. It's supposedly supposed to be. Supposedly.
I like supposedly. We'll just go with that.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. It's going to be releasing in the holidays of TBD 2017-ish, perhaps.
Holidays of TBD, my favorite time of year.
Right, I know. I love that time of year. And it's supposedly... Yeah. And we're saying this on purpose. We're very well said, very well-spoken people.
Earlier, there were rumors that it was going to be priced around $1,000 for everything, especially for like a rumored that it's a liquid cooled system as well.
I say no.
And they were said it's going to be $1,000, which it's all conjecture, hearsay, and whatever. But now people are saying like there was a
hearsay.
But supposedly we're looking at anywhere from like $500 to $700, which is a lot more reasonable.
I think it's more reasonable.
Jesus, if they win $500, they'd be taking a hit.
They would.
They'd be taking a hit on the system.
But people would be owning them.
People would buy them.
They'd still complain about it.
Sure. we always. But see, the thing is, I feel like this is going to be a limited production console. This is not going to be
like a special one, like the GameCube. I'm just kidding.
You're special.
I am. That's what my mom says.
Yeah, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't feel like this is going to be like a really high mass production. Like they're not projecting like they're.
It's going to be a high end console.
Yeah, right? This is for a specific niche.
Niche.
I say niche.
It's
America. Yeah, it's for a very specific subset of hardcore Xbox gamers who want that extra power. Like, is it necessary if you already own a 1S?
Well, that's what people are going to be asking, right? Are there going to be new games that are going to be only compatible with the Scorpio that won't be on the Xbox One S?
They've claimed that won't be a case.
Exactly.
That won't be the case.
In fact, the Scorpio is going to be doing something that the Xbox One S doesn't do in regards to, like, I mean, I guess it does kind of now with the software patch, but full backwards compatibility with the Xbox One and Xbox 360, from what I heard.
Well, yeah, I mean, because it's still... You can call it Project Scorpio all you want. It's still part of the Xbox One family. It's still part of the Windows 10 platform. But they messed up
with the Xbox One, and didn't have that in there right away, and they're playing catch up.
No, but
I guess the main question people are asking, right, is, well, besides what's the software? Why do I even care about the Scorpio? Right? Why? What the Xbox One games are horrid right now.
Yeah, well, they are going to have to give us a reason to care, and that's the only problem I find with the Scorpio is that from a marketing standpoint, they've already felt like they've lost on as far as like exclusives go. Like Sony's wrecking them in that arena.
I mean, yeah,
so we
can't deny those facts, right? Like they're doing well. Sony's doing really well right now. Yeah,
so they feel like they need to market themselves to like the hardcore, the people who want to spend money on a console that is probably going to have a shelf life of about 7 years.
Yeah, if they want to market to the hardcore, they gotta be hardcore.
Yeah, well, they are going to have to do something about their game situation. If the pricing and all that stuff comes true about the Xbox One, I may trade up because I never got an S. I had just my original Xbox One.
See, and I
may upgrade, but like I said, we'll see because I want to see more games for it. I don't really get excited about Halo or Gears of War anymore. They're still very, very cool franchises.
Sure, yeah, I like them too.
But I've been playing them for years.
I'm
and
over it.
It doesn't fit. Yeah. I'm like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. All right, let me rephrase that. If they're like, hey, there's going to be a brand new Halo and it's going to be totally different, I would probably pick it up. And
we swear, guys, the campaign on this one won't be 20 minutes long.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. Maybe.
I got through it pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, I did too. But the cool part was it was co-op online.
Yeah.
That was neat. I like that. Please do that more.
Bring back Spartan Ops.
Right? Seriously. Come on, guys.
Dude, Warzone everything in that game.
Yeah.
Which whatever they tried some new cool stuff. I like. But we're kind of getting off
but
tangent.
let's get back to like making better software and unique software. That's not just like, oh, it's on Xbox One and PS4, because the PS4 infrastructure, I think, is kicking it. You know, they have a lot more games that are coming out that are unique, and
they have a lot of games. Their store is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Which store?
And the PlayStation Store, when you're accessing it from your system, it's a bear to use compared to...
You could say it's horrible because they don't let you buy things anymore on it. There's a lot of issues. A lot of people are getting these errors recently of the funds not going through, the funds not working, when they have it tied directly to their checking account on PayPal.
Yeah, well, they get hacked every 10 minutes.
I know.
So it's like...
Which they need to fix it.
Yeah.
But... Let's go back, and we're going to talk about different specs here, right? Different systems and how they compare. So the main question is people are asking is, do you need do you need a Scorpio if you have an Xbox One S or a gaming PC? Because let's face it, you could buy a game on the Windows 10 store and have it on your PC.
Yeah.
Right? And you get, with the deals that they have, you can play them on your Xbox or PC. You get, like, dual copies.
Right.
They try to reward you for that. So... You know, I have an Xbox One S. Am I interested in the Scorpio? Not really. I mean, not unless they show something that's amazingly different than what's currently out there, or they release, let's say, I think they screwed up the Oculus partnership. So,
well, Oculus screwed up the Oculus partnership.
Yeah, being thieves and everything like that doesn't really help. Yeah. But you know, maybe their VR solution is going to be more awesome than the PlayStation
the
VR.
HoloLens.
Well, HoloLens is augmented reality, so it's a little different. It's like using it in your house and stuff, and using it for like utility. It's not meant for like gaming, but it's still cool. I experienced how that works, but it needs to have something. I don't know. The Scorpio's got to do something completely different and have some proprietary thing that I can't get with my Xbox One S.
Well, see, you're putting like the future squarely on its shoulders, and this thing is not that. It's a hot rod.
Yeah, well,
so is
the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah, it's a beefed up version of their existing console. It's not a new console.
So let's talk about the PS4 Pro. Okay, if our listeners are out there, we do have listeners, right? So
we got a couple.
There's
like two of you. Okay. Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, no, there's more than that. But yeah. So let's talk about this, right? So if people have they have their PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, and they're like, I'm not buying an Xbox One S yet, and I don't know what to do if I should get a PS4 Pro or Xbox One S, or get a Switch, or do this or whatever. Well, let's just compare some of the specs here, right? So Xbox One S has a 1.75 gigahertz 8-core AMD custom CPU, right?
Pretty similar.
The Scorpio has a 2.3 gigahertz 8-core AMD custom Scorpio engine CPU, which is a significant amount better, right? Now, the PlayStation 4 Pro has a 2.1 gigahertz 8-core AMD custom Jaguar CPU. So pretty much the Scorpio is already a couple 0.2 gigahertz more than the PlayStation 4.
Sure, right? Just to outclass them a little bit.
Just a little bit, not much. Now, the GPU comparisons, PlayStation 4 Pro, whatever, right? It's got integrated AMD Polaris graphics with 4.2 teraflops of performance, while the Scorpio's got 6 teraflops of performance.
Again, just trying to show them up.
All right.
But
when you get down to the RAM, right, the PlayStation 4 Pro's got 8 gigabytes of GDDR5.
2/3.
And the Scorpio's got 12 gigs.
Yeah, which is completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Totally unnecessary.
I mean, and both have 1 terabyte hard drives. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't even read the Xbox One S for GPU because it's not really comparable. I mean, it's got an integrated AMD graphics card that's clocked at 914 megahertz, and it's got 8 gigs of DDR3 memory, which is not DDR5, but it's still 8 gigs. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously it comes in 501 terabyte and 2 terabyte drives. So they're pretty much... On a hard drive level, they're all the same. Graphics are quite significantly better on the Scorpio and PlayStation 4 Pro compared to the Xbox One S, I would say.
Yeah.
And if we get down to the actual, let's get down to like entertainment-wise, right? You got a brand new 4K. You have a legit 4K TV that's not emulated 4K. It's a legit 4K TV with HDR10, right? Sure. So none of this Walmart business that's a $300 4K TV, right?
Yeah.
Because that's not true 4K. Some people don't realize that, so I just got to point that out.
No, you can have a 4K TV, but unless you have something broadcasting to it in 4K.
Well, yeah, and those lower-end TVs that are cheaper have emulated, you know,
Yeah.
Upscale. Anyways, so the Scorpio's got 4K HDR and it's a Blu-ray drive, right? So does the Xbox One S, but guess what? The PlayStation 4 Pro does not.
Womp womp.
No 4K video content. So those black discs that you see at Best Buy that say 4K Blu-ray will not play in your PlayStation 4 Pro.
Well, but these companies, they know what they're doing. They went with that to keep the cost down because it's purely a performance console strictly for gamers. I'm on both sides of the fence. I like what both companies are doing.
But some people
Microsoft
are like,
is the more dedicated set-top box all-in-one entertainment company, and that's what they do.
PlayStation 4 did it before they had a Blu-ray drive in there.
Yeah, they were, and they kind of like reversed themselves. That's the PlayStation 3 used to do all the stuff.
And that was cool.
Yeah, and
we had a
the
PlayStation
Xbox 360
2 and
did
3.
not.
Yeah,
and then they kind of swapped.
Yeah.
They became that's why they became more indie focused and all that.
But for people that are like, hey, my wife said I could buy a 4K Blu-ray player or, a gaming console or something. I mean, I'm not married and I don't really care, but, but
sure.
Some people are like, I have to get a Blu-ray player and I want to get a gaming console to do the same thing so I can justify buying it and bring it home.
Yeah,
then
I see that.
So like now people have to buy two things. They have to buy a 4K player, or they're just gonna go buy an Xbox One S.
Yeah, but okay, all right. But you're putting yourself in the shoes of somebody who's not gonna at least check and see before they run out and spend $400 to $600 on a console.
No, well, sometimes people don't realize; they just assume.
Well, you can always wrap the sucker up and take it back.
No, that is true. But I'm just calling that out there. Some people do have that strategy. I know that's always been a strategy for me. Why am I going to own a DVD player and a game console when I could just have it do the same thing? Like back in the day, I was like, I play my movies on my consoles.
Yeah.
Some people are like strictly.
Some people wanted a GameCube.
Some people. Well, others got a PlayStation 2. So like me.
Up yours.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Why didn't they just make DVDs real mini?
And you have those anal retentive gamers that are like, I don't want to ruin my game console and watch movies and I'll get all the spins out of the optical drive, and ruin it. Some people are hardcore weird like that. And there's somebody that's fist pumping right now going, he said it, that's right, I'm not going to watch movies in my console. But, it's not me. It's not me.
Anyway.
It's the passion.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. So, we talk about what it's worth, right? Supposedly. $500 to $700.
Now if
is it worth it?
If it came in at that price point, and they actually showed off some fantastic new exclusive that they weren't going to just end up canceling. Rest in peace, Scalebound.
Cuphead.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Why did you have to remind me of that?
I know.
It makes me sad. But if it actually came in at that price point, anywhere between 5 and 7, and they showed off, let's say 3 exclusives that actually looked cool that you wanted to play, would you think about trading in your 1S?
If it was $500 to $700 right now, it depends on the games.
That's okay. So that was the point of this hypothetical, Michael.
At this point, currently in my life today, if that happened and they're like, hey, it's while PlayStation 4 is gonna get Destiny 2 in September, but Scorpio's gonna get Destiny 3, so or something something crazy
But however,
I'll be like,
these
sure.
These Xbox exclusives are not exclusive to Scorpio. It's still not like you have to buy them.
I wouldn't buy it personally because I like my Xbox One S. It fits nicely into my center. I'm still getting everything that I need out of it.
That's the most valid point that you made about the thing today.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm gonna get the same content as the Scorpio, but I already have my thing set up. I have it purchased.
You don't know how big the thing's going to be. You might have to clean out the whole corner of your apartment.
Probably. I mean, who knows? Right? It's huge. Yeah. It could be huge. The specs are huge.
It's liquid cooled. You got to put a tube outside.
You got to get an aquarium, like a little fish aquarium to hook it up to. Yeah. Get some fish. I don't want fish.
And plus, they'll get stuck in the system. They gum up the works, and then you got to buy new fish.
I'll just get fish that eat each other. That's
that's a brand of entertainment unto itself.
Like Oscars.
It's like gladiators.
Right?
Fish gladiators.
Fishiators.
Where's that indie game?
Right. That's we'll write that down.
Yeah, we said it here first. It's trademarked.
Yeah.
Does anybody know how to make games? Can somebody help us make a game?
Crap. Fish gladiators. That's what. Yeah. So anyways, so that's pretty much all I have about this. Like, is it worth it to you? Would you get it? Like, I already answered, so I said probably not.
Well, because I didn't make the jump up to 1S.
I mean, see, that would make sense for you.
It would. Like I said, if they would keep it in that price range, and then they started showing off sweet Xbox exclusives.
But you would be still having to part with $500 to $700.
Well, not when if I trade in my original Xbox One, I'll probably get like $100 for it, which is whatever, which is fine. Because when you think about it, I won't have to buy an Xbox machine for a while.
One would hope.
You know, if it comes in at that price point, all this industry speculation could be very wrong. It may drop in at $800-900.
It could very well.
Microsoft might not want to take a loss on a special limited production machine.
Yeah, they could be like, hey, this is like, hook up your.
Personally, if I was Microsoft, I would sell it direct. I wouldn't even bother putting it in stores. When people want it,
they have their own store. It's called the Microsoft.
Well, yeah,
store.
yeah, you can get it there. You can, but it'll save them. It'll save them shipping costs.
I have a feeling they're gonna go the Apple route, and they're gonna go ecosystem. Like they've already talked about this, and I feel like maybe the Scorpio is gonna be the one to push the boundaries of the Microsoft ecosystem and have it be working seamlessly with any Microsoft phone and the Microsoft Surface tablet and
right.
like in PCs and stuff like that, and like have it just be like this whole shebang, like circular thing going on where it communicates with all those devices. That's the only big thing that I can see them doing, like that makes it stand out.
What if the Scorpio turns out to be like the Microsoft 32X? You plug it into your existing Xbox and it just makes it a powerhouse.
What if the Scorpio is like?
I mean, that's a joke. It's not going to be that, by the way.
But I mean, you saw Terminator. What if it's the AI that takes over the world?
Gives you access to the satellites.
It's all over.
Microsoft is Skynet. Shut them down.
Exactly.
Shut them down.
Can you make Skynet with the words Microsoft? No.
Bill Gates is actually a T-1000. Someone stop him.
He's not even running the company anymore. He's just on the board of directors.
Bill Gates, I cordially invite you to the Leadworks by my house.
Don't buy the Scorpio. No, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Honestly, I mean, let's talk Switch here because people are like, what if I want to get? Should I get the Switch?
Well, I don't know why you feel like you got to bring the Switch into this.
Should I get the Switch or an Xbox One?
If you like 2-3 good games a year, cool. Switch is your go-to.
Hey, I like my Switch, dude. Don't be a dick.
I'm probably gonna have to get one because Zelda's amazing. Yeah, and I got rid of my Wii U.
It is amazing. One of our readers said he's got 320 hours into the game.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. / community members.
Yeah, well, because he's trying to do everything in the game. That's cool. He's a completionist.
Let's just say Jeff, one of our writers on the team, or editors, I should say.
Yeah.
He is going full out ham and getting all 900 or whatever Korok seeds in the game.
So you can get the golden turd.
Yeah, he is on 400 right now. Can you believe that? Hey, some people have fun. He's having fun with it though. Like he said, he's enjoying it.
Yeah,
he's enjoying exploring.
Hey, I'm not judging anybody for what they do in the game.
Yeah, but let's face the facts of saying like I haven't touched my Switch in a week. I love my Switch, right? But I put like over 90-something hours into Zelda, which
you needed a break.
I needed a break. I burned myself out.
That's cool.
And I play Master Blaster a little bit before bed each day, and I kind of burned myself out on that. Or Blaster Master Zero, sorry.
Right.
I burned myself out on that, a little bit as well, and I'm just kind of like, I wish there was more variety. I've been playing my PlayStation 4. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts, and I've been playing Destiny because of the new patch.
Yeah, Age of Triumph.
But, so, I don't know. Maybe Mario Kart will make things more fresher.
Maybe.
Because it comes out at the end of the month.
And then we're getting Mario. Mario will be... What, October? November,
it's later
October?
In the year. They haven't even, I don't think, announced the date.
Yeah, I know. You gotta wait.
So, a Splatoon will come first before that.
Splatoon 1.5?
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, it's 2, man.
It's got a 2 on it.
The logo has a 2 on it.
Oh, well, that makes it 2.
But honestly, I played the beta, or alpha, or whatever, the pre-early access thing, whatever that is.
Was it pretty fun on the Switch?
It was fun on the Switch. Yeah, it was cool because it's portable, and then I put it up on my TV, and I'm like, cool. I had the Splatoon on the Wii U, and it felt no different than that. The levels were different. which is cool, and they added like a dual wielding, like both hands, like Uzi splatter guns, and that was cool. But I wound up using my old paint roll and normal thing as before.
Huh.
So
you just have a way you play.
I have a way I play.
Yeah, like you have your preferred weapons. Like I'm Scouts in Destiny. I roll Scouts all the time. So like one thing I wanted to ask you though, if I could interject. Now all these supposed Switch issues that they're having.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard you say anything.
I haven't really had any issues.
Like they're saying that the dock scratches the screen.
If you're an idiot.
Yeah, if you slam it down into the dock like a.
Okay.
Well,
don't
not to swear, but
don't get me wrong. There are marks that are left on it, and I can show you those from the docks fitting snug. But I can buff them out with my finger.
Well, then that's not a scratch.
But it is firm. It's firm contact. So even if I'm super gentle, the plastic still makes contact with the front fascia of the Switch. So there's no. It doesn't matter how hard or gentle you are. Like no matter what, even if you're like. Slowly putting it down,
right,
slowly, it still rubs against the front. So that's why people are selling those like Etsy gloves to like slide it, because that way at least if it's going to be rubbing the whole time, it's going to be on a soft piece of fabric.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't got, but I don't know.
But it's
should.
just like every 3 days there's a new manufacturing problem with the Switch. Some other.
I've seen people's like not catch on fire, but burn. And like melt.
I saw the warping, and it's like I don't think this is a thing. I think these are like a select few people who are damaging their consoles and melting them, and then they make a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
for bad publicity.
I honestly have seen some horror glitches, like where like they had dead pixels. I honestly some of the glitches. I mean, I'm sure some exist. So there's a couple pieces of bad hardware out there for sure.
Sure, but Nintendo's willing to work with you.
But I think some of it's like. I have a feeling there was a couple of videos that I saw that they freaking dropped their Switch on the concrete or something, and then they kept playing it, and they had some weird issues. That only by the way certain things were rendering on screen.
Dropped it on the concrete, you say?
Yeah, only because the way certain screen errors were happening. I'm like, I highly doubt out of the box it would be doing exactly like that. Like we've all dropped phones before.
When you drop it, that's license for it to act weird.
Yeah, no doubt.
You've damage the console.
So I have a feeling a lot of people aren't saying that kind of stuff. Like, I dropped it a few times and then it started doing this.
It's just because there was a lot of media attention on the launch, and anything they can do to make it more sensational.
Yeah, and I mean, have a case for mine. I'd take care of mine. I played the hell out of it. I mean,
like the Nintendo Switch is the next Samsung Note 7. They're just exploding now.
I think those people are sensational wannabe people
want to make a mountain out of a molehill, and then Nintendo's PR has to like scramble, be like, guys, is this a thing?
What people are more pissed about is not being able to find them in the store. I think is the main issue still, as well as the like the classic NES for the $50 or $60 little.
Oh yeah,
thing.
But we went into that at length already.
I'm saying like it's just like that though. People are still having issues. I have friends that have found them in the past few days in other states. Like we're in Michigan, and my friends in Minnesota, they found one. They both got one. One was yesterday, and one was
the NES Classic or the Switch?
The Switch.
Oh, okay.
My one friend in Florida got the NES Classic. They came into Walmart. They had like 8 of them, and they got sold out within. They were sold out within like an hour.
Yeah, well, that's par for the course. It's still a new system. What is it?
2 months now.
Yeah.
Is it going on the 2nd month now?
Yeah. So I mean, you're going to run into supply issues, even though this is Nintendo, who's famous for their. And I'm doing finger quotes, supply issues. I'm finger quoting all day.
Yeah, no, but still, you're right. I think they're creating the supply and demand issues. This is about Microsoft, though. This is all about Microsoft.
Sure.
Not Nintendo.
Right after that 8-minute tangent on the Switch.
Right. If you want a new system and you want to play Zelda, buy the Switch. If you don't care about Zelda or Mario Kart, don't buy the Switch.
Well, I mean, they'll come out with more games eventually. Once Mario comes out, reevaluate your life.
If you have to ask me if you should buy the Switch, then don't buy the Switch or buy it.
As Mike is talking, he's continually doing the Jedi mind trick thing with his coffee mug in hand.
Yes.
Like he's trying to
through the microphone airwaves.
Stop it. Stop it.
It's also shaking my coffee up. This is why Mike is crazy. He drinks lots of coffee. And when he talks about himself in third person, that's when you know.
That's when it's time for me to leave. I'll see you guys.
But yeah, but I think that pretty much is like we're almost there. We got like one more topic, and it's going to be a fun one.
Okay.
Rick and Morty.
Yay!
Yay! Who saw?
Can we talk about that on this?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Who saw the first episode of the third season?
Ooh, me.
I'm raising my hand.
I'm sorry. I'm raising my hand.
I watched it 8 times in a row.
I watched it a bunch. It was great.
It was great. I loved it.
It was so well done. My favorite part is that they spent a couple episodes building up this big emotional pinning for Rick throughout the second season, and then they just completely smashed it at the end of the we should tell you guys, if anybody out here hasn't seen it, there's gonna be mild spoilers, or maybe more than
probably not mild.
Yeah, probably full on
severe spoilers.
So just be warned.
It's only the first episode. Go watch it.
Yeah, go just.
It's like 15, 20 minutes.
It's everywhere. You can see it anywhere right now. And you should go watch it.
So tell us what you think.
And his meltdown at the end, which was like a callback to his first rant, the first episode.
Oh yeah.
And but just what it ends up all being about.
It's dark, Rick.
Yeah,
that's really dark.
Ready
oh
for
man,
the darkest UFO adventures, Morty.
Oh man, don't. That's really dark, man.
It's 9 more seasons. 9 more seasons.
Let's say
gotta get that. So I just want that McNugget dipping sauce.
I want.
I honestly think it was worth the wait, and I'm glad. I mean, it's very typical of Roiland to surprise everybody on April Fool's Day. There was no advertising, no nothing.
I loved how it said American Dad, Family Guy, all this stuff on Adult Swim.
It preempted everything. They went on a 2-hour. They just played it over and over for 2-3 hours. And then it was streaming all night on AdultSwim.com.
I slow clapped the whole night as I watched it.
It was so good. And then Nathan Fillion had a really cool guest spot.
Yeah, as the insectoid.
Yep. Like I said, anything with Nathan Fillion, whether he's Destiny or anything else he's in, I'll watch it.
It's golden. But there's a new game that's available. There's actually 2 games.
I don't know how long it's been out. But I stumbled on it last night. I found footage of it when I was just screwing around on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's called Pocket Mortys. It's. I know it's on the Android store.
Is it published by Adult Swim?
Yes. It's an official game. And it. I'm assuming it's also on the Apple App Store.
Yeah.
But it's a Pokemon game
with
you play
Rick and Morty.
You play Rick. I'm assuming C-137 or whichever body he inhabits now.
Mm-hmm. He's still his soul, his mind, his everything. Right. C-137.
And it's a Pokemon game where you collect different Mortys from different dimensions and you use them to battle. You force Mortys to fight and die. And so much like Pokemon has your Elite Four that you go and do battle with for the Pokemon League, he has to fight the League of Ricks.
It's a nasty league.
And he has to battle against their collection of Mortys for dominance.
I hope you have Morty insurance.
That should probably be a thing
in the game. It should be.
But yeah, it looked really fun. I haven't had a chance to download it, but I will be getting it either tonight or tomorrow.
There's also a game that's made by Adult Swim that is funny because it's a few episodes where Jerry's freaking playing the iPad and he's popping bubbles and he's like, "Shut up, Jerry! Just play your stupid game. Just shut up. Just shut your mouth."
They made the bubble game.
It's called Jerry's Game. In the Google Play and
it's literally
store.
Just there's nothing extra.
It's
just literally
the balloon popping.
What he was doing on
just what he was doing on the TV show.
That is absolutely outrageous.
So yeah, Pocket Morty and Jerry's Game. Go find it. I'm gonna put it on my iPad and play it because it's on the phone. But iPad, play it. Pop the balloons.
I'll do it at work. Hell with it.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us again on this lovely podcast evening or day or whenever you're listening to this.
Yes. Thank you for dealing with us.
Yeah. And this time Eddie's in my house, so Eddie can get out of my house.
Not a second sooner, bud.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay, everybody. Thanks for listening, and don't come back.